Neroli is one of my favorite components in a fragrance. I think it makes the smell very classy, cologne-like, and reminds me of my favorite place on the planet, Italy. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here and like minimalist menswear, make sure to join in, subscribe to my channel, and thanks again for tuning in. As the summer's here, I was looking for fragrances to just, hit the gym and go around the block, get my errands done, something light and fresh, and I came across something interesting. I came across these from Zara, and apparently Joe Malone has made a collaboration with Zara, and these are quite popular. However, I'm trying them for the first time, and I might say I'm mighty impressed. At least with the composition of these, they might not be the longest lasting, but let's dive right into it and see what these are about. So the first one, I think my favorite one, is Neroli. I was looking for a fragrance that's more like a cologne, and I was trying to get my hands on Acqua di Parma Essenza. That's the one that I love because, it's Italian. It's got a classic cologne smell, and Neroli is one of the center stages for that fragrance. However, I was pleasantly surprised when I came across this one from Zara. It's called Neroli. Zara does offer two more fragrances, one by the name of Fleur d'Orange. I'm not French, so sorry for the pronunciation. I'm just going to call it Orange Flower. And the other one by the name of Amalfi Sunray, which are closely comparable to this. But this, I believe, is a different flanker. So stay with me, and I'm going to highlight the differences at the end. And the other one is Ebony Wood. This is a woody one. This is more popular, and this is borderline niche, at least in terms of the composition. It smells niche. So stick around and let's look at what these are. Like I said, Neroli. So I wanted a fragrance that I could wear as a cologne, like a classic men's cologne, which is light, crisp, sharp, looks great in t-shirt and shorts, and I'm just around the block and mainly to use at the gym. I was about to pull the trigger on Acqua di Parma Essenza, which is one of my favorite fragrances from the Acqua di Parma line. I love the Colonia as well. However, Essenza is a bit more me because of the Neroli present in it. So when I came across this, I was intrigued because I wanted to find out what this is about, and I read a lot on Fragrantica about this. I am a fragrance head, but being a minimalist, I have to really limit myself. And I've tried and sampled tons of different fragrances, and this channel is not mainly fragrances, but I wanted to share these because these are high quality. So when I did come across this, you can definitely tell that this is, a more evolved nose behind these fragrances. I sprayed this, but I'm going to spray it again to give you the gist of this one. The three main notes in this fragrance are orange blossom, Neroli, and I think one more. I'm gonna just list it here. But primarily, this is a Neroli masterpiece. It really reminds me of Acqua di Parma Essenza. If the olfactive is familiar to you, this smells soapy, clean, crisp, and summer. And on a man, though these are marketed towards women, on a man, definitely this smells like a classic cologne. It has that soapy, clean smell. I really like that because, when you go to the gym or when you go just doing your errands and stuff, you want something that's really light and airy. With regards to the longevity on these, I'm pretty sure that you cannot expect something, nuclear and got beast mode with this, because these are like lighter fragrances, and the pricing for these, especially on sale, was like $20-30. But at the get-go, I get the opening with sweet orange flower, and then it predominantly just stays Neroli, soapy and cologne-like on me. I really like this because it projects a bit for the first hour and then mellows down. It stays close. On my skin, it lasts about 3 hours, and on my clothes, it does last a little bit longer, but nothing to write home about. You can definitely reapply. I even got a backup bottle. I got a bigger one, the 90 ml, because I love this so much. it really is the purpose that I was looking to solve with getting the Acqua di Parma, which I would get for later on in life, because so that's my door. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, so this is quite linear on me, to be frank, and I really use this right out of the shower. It just is a happy smell. It reminds me of the nice summer days. I've lived in Italy. I've been fortunate enough to be in Italy, and this smell just reminds me of Italy in the summer. That's what I would sum this up with. Like I mentioned before, to compare this with the other two, Fleur d'Orange and Amalfi Sunray, I did get the chance to try those two at the store because I picked these up at the store. And the main difference between Fleur d'Orange and this one is that Fleur d'Orange is more orange citrusy and has more the orange flower present, and it has a more sweeter smell compared to this. This is floral, however this does lean more soapy because of the Neroli. I think predominantly the Neroli, you can tell, is present in this fragrance. And Amalfi Sunray was borderline between Fleur d'Orange and this one. It is not as citrusy as the Fleur d'Orange for me, but it wasn't as soapy as this one, so I definitely would pick this one up. I did notice that YouTube does not have a lot of reviews regarding this one, so I hope this one helps to let the people know that these are definitely three slightly different fragrances, all in the same fresh floral cologne-like space. And maybe I would say this is the most masculine for me, on me, and I hope that sums it up for you. Moving on to the other one, Ebony Wood. Now this is highly popular, and so I wanted to try this out, so I definitely did a blind buy because I didn't see this as a tester in the store, and I was pleasantly surprised. This definitely is niche quality, as people have mentioned in some reviews on YouTube and Fragrantica. This is definitely a more rounded smell. Olfactive impressions, this does remind me of a few fragrances like Bulgari Man in Black and Spice Bomb. Mind you, these are not the same exact smells, but they fall in the same exact ballpark of warm, fresh, spicy fragrances. I would rather be like fresh, spicy than warm. This is not super warm. You could wear this in the summer, especially here in Canada where the summer goes, some days are below 25, and that's really pleasant. Like tonight, the temperature out is 18 degrees and it's quite nice and breezy. This could definitely be worn in such temperatures. However, I would steer away in like high heat, anything about 30 degrees, and this might be a bit much. How does this smell? Let me try this on this arm. I really was pleasantly surprised by Ebony Wood. In the opening, I do smell the pink peppers. The three notes for this one are pink pepper, cloves, and ebony wood. I love woody fragrances. I love smoky fragrances. My main fragrance is Le Labo Noir, which I might cover. If you want to check, if you want me to make a video regarding that, please hit me in the comments down below. That's my signature fragrance from Le Labo. I just love it. I've been loving it for 5-7 years now, and I have a bottle for that for a smaller size. I love small bottles. But moving on back to Ebony Wood, and this opens up very similar in my head to Bulgari Man in Black, which I had in a few years back. I had a small sample of it. It has that sort of Middle Eastern appeal to me. I like when fragrances have complexity and well-rounded, finish to it. This is definitely well-rounded, and that is why people have been saying this is niche quality. This definitely can tell you a nose behind this is the likeness of Joe Malone. And I find this also to be quite linear, but it does have its own complexity. Unlike the Neroli, this one opens up with pink pepper, has a cinnamony vibe to it, a kind of apple pie-ish vibe to it, and then slowly it moves into becoming more woody. It is more longer lasting definitely than Neroli and the other fresh ones. I think it easily lasts about 5 hours on my skin and a lot more on the clothes. But like I said again, these fragrances, if they are not lasting super long, that's alright. At this price point, this is a banger of a deal. You can happily reapply these. These can be, layered as well. So that's the other interesting thing. And projection wise, I think especially when I over apply Neroli, it does project fairly well for the first few hours and then it mellows down completely. However, this one does stay long like an EDP, and I can smell it. I'd applied it a few hours before making this video and I could still smell traces of it while I reapplied. And ebony wood, the wood itself, I think since I'm really familiar with the woods in sandalwood, cedar and rose wood, I think ebony wood is more like a tonka bean, sort of a rounded, smooth finish to it, and it has a long finish to it, unlike the sharpness that you sometimes see from cedar and the creaminess that you see from sandalwood, or the dryness that you also see from sandalwood. Ebony wood is more rounded and has a tonka-like sweeter roundedness, which gives this fragrance a really cozy element to it. And I would definitely be rocking this on cooler summer evenings and when the winter strikes again, and especially after the autumn, I might be even wearing this to the gym. So I hope that this is the roundup for these. I hope that this video helps you. There's a ton of content out there for these fragrances, but nonetheless, the idea behind this is to always go for high quality. This is a banger of a deal for the quality that you're getting for this price point, and steer away from buying unnecessary gunk. And smaller sizes is really appreciated. That leaves room for using these fragrances up. I never buy big bottles, and in a future video I might probably get into the philosophy of why I love smaller size fragrance bottles. If you like these fragrances and if you want me to try other ones from Zara, maybe hidden gems that you know of, unfortunately their men's series was completely run out. There were some really great pieces I read about on Fragrantica over there. Please let me know in the comments down below. If you did like this video, leave me a thumbs up, and until next time, wherever you are, have a good day or a good night. Laters. Bye.